we have to apply international law equitably for everyone, so that whoever breaches it, we as the world community must agree that they'll be held to account.
Welcome to Candid Africa, truthful and unapologetic.
We want to modernize the global governance system to be more democratic, more representative. And if you share those ideals, then BRICS is your home, it's where you should be. And we're thrilled that beyond the number we have now, there are many more countries showing an interest in becoming full members of BRICS, and others that would like to be partner members who may participate in some of our activities and not all. So I think, today was really interesting, and I'm sure in the months ahead, we're going to get to understand each other far better than we may do now, and we'll give very careful thought to the level of expansion that we should permit. I think I want to just say that with respect to BRICS, we've always been very careful about behaving like the well-known powers of the world, who tend to be anti-something and who behave as big powers that can clamp down on you. We are more positive in our intention. We wish to establish systems that allow development to proceed smoothly, systems that are inclusive, systems that don't act against weaker economies and seek to destroy them or hold them down. We don't wish to behave like big powers do of the North. So I want to draw that distinction. So having said that, I can confirm that we are concerned at the unilateral imposition of sanctions and its impact on many developing countries, and we would like to develop a system that allows us to exchange financially without having to be afraid that there'll be some punishment which will follow such exchange. So really looking at diversifying international payment systems is an important agenda we've set ourselves, and I think the conclusions are going to be tabled at the Kazakh summit that Russia will host later this year. So we're making progress in the deliberations. We have previously expressed our concern that the implementation of international instruments is often done in a manner that exhibits inequity in terms of how we look at countries, but also a double standard in what we regard as human rights and abuse and what is accepted as all right. If it's done to Palestinian people, it's all right, but if it is done to a European, then it's not acceptable. And it is this double standard that drives much of the opinions from powerful communities. So when a warrant is issued for President Putin, everybody says hurrah and celebrates. But when we mention Prime Minister Netanyahu, suddenly there's a victim and not a perpetrator. We have to apply international law equitably for everyone, so that whoever breaches it, we as the world community must agree that they'll be held to account. President Ramaphosa has maintained contact with the two leaders, of leader of Ukraine and President Putin of the Russian Federation, and he's always had a very good reception from both. We would like to see the two in a room, and we're increasingly working at persuading that there should be a meeting in which Ukraine and Russia are present. We're concerned that there have been many where it is only Ukraine and other countries that are invited. We believe if we are to have a successful negotiated outcome, the two must be in the room together. Our own continent is impacted both by the sanctions against Russia as well as about the issue of food security. So peace and security are critical for Africa's progress and development, and so we must continue to be a party to these peace efforts. I'm not quite sure what it hoped would be achieved. Our own advice was that it may be better to have a meeting at the officials level between Russia and Ukraine, and then subsequent to that, move on to a bigger conference. But before deliberations between the two, even if it's at inception stage, we felt this wasn't really a good step to take, because it will be theater rather than a real focus on achieving a cessation or indeed a proper peace negotiation. So we are concerned, and we will attend at the level of one of our advisors, but our intervention will always be that there has to be the two in a room, and greater effort must be directed at engaging Russia and ensuring that we bring the two into a space where a way forward can be mapped out. In our view and from our experience, having negotiated our own settlement with respect to apartheid, we know that you can't tell us what the conclusion should be. We are the ones who will determine it. And that is why the two present talking to each other is absolutely imperative. Absent one, you're actually just, it's an exercise in futility. So I think you have to get real and ensure that you begin a process that leads you out of the conundrum that exists currently.
There we have it. That has been our candid speech for today. Please feel free to give your opinions in the descriptions below. On this show, we don't tell you how to think or manipulate you. Everybody is open to air the opinion, what you think about the speech. Did you love it? Did you like it? Do you disagree with it? Do you agree with it? Please let us know in the comments below. That's important. Discussing these issues is very important. So with that said, please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Share this video with friends and family. It's the best way for YouTube to spread this video further, okay? So it's been me, Mikey Mushi from Tunacheki. And always remember, Africa is watching.